Hello, guys. Welcome to the last episode of Operations and Supply Chain Management. Guys, you made it. This is the last communication that I will be posting regarding the normal progression of our class coverage. Okay, so congratulations for a successful semester. And yeah, good luck with all your academic endeavors in the future. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about single period inventory systems. I briefly touched about the background thought process of single period inventory systems, like news vendor problem, right? Uh, during during the last two classes, I've touched here and there. Now, again, inventory is not always uh, good for a long time, right? Fresh fish, you know, shellfish, right? Newspapers, Christmas trees, right? So these have to either be thrown away at cost, salvaged for a fraction of the cost, or just whatever it has to be, right? It just can't be sold at the full price anymore once the that period has passed, right? So we have to compare two things here. One is the shortage cost, and second one is the excess cost. Okay, first, shortage cost is the cost that is incurred by not having enough inventory. Okay, when we hit a stock out, we have zero inventory, and a customer wants that product, we incur a shortage cost. Okay, in terms of lost sales, right? So lost business, right? Okay, so how we calculate the shortage cost if is that we take the full value of the item when it is sold, right? So when we sell an item for $500, right, to any customer, we say that we take that $500 and then subtract from those $500 from the item cost that we paid to get that item in our inventory. Okay, so it's basically calculating the revenue or the profit that we would get from the item sales and calculate it as a lost sales, right? So lost profit, if you will. Okay. Now the second one, the excess cost, is the item cost, right? If we paid our dealership or our supplier $50 for the item, we take that $50, and then disposal cost. Okay, we don't always we like to think that throwing away things is free, but not quite, right? In every household in the United States, at least, we have to pay. Most around the world, if you live in a house, you produce trash, and to remove trash, you have to pay for the service either to a local government or a private party, right? So I also pay $32 a month to a local trash removal service. Okay, now from that we subtract the salvage value. Okay, if I am a as I said in the classroom on what was that Friday, if I was the news vendor boy in the streets of New York, right, in the 1920s, I would go around the streets selling newspaper, right, shouting at newspaper, newspaper, and then at the end of the day, if I had 15 issues of unsold newspaper of today, I will not be able to sell those tomorrow because nobody wants to buy the newspaper, yesterday's newspaper at full price, right? So maybe I can go to a recycling center, or maybe I can go to the dealership itself and just return them for a fraction of the price I bought them, right? So that is the salvage value we get. So we take them out, right? Because take them out of the cost because we're gaining a little bit of money from there. Okay, so we compare those and look for a service level. Okay, service level at which the shortage cost and excess costs are equal. Okay, now the way we do that is that we compare the expected shortage cost with expected excess cost. Now, it may sound a little bit confusing, but expected means just means that in the formula we multiply probability, okay, to the cost. Okay, so to the shortage cost, we multiply the probability that there is a shortage, okay, the probability of a stock out happening, okay. However, we signify it reversely, right? So the P, the probability that we signify as a single letter, is the probability that there is enough inventory, okay. So it sounds a lot familiar, right? Probability that we will have enough inventory for any customer demand, right? Service level, right? Remember that. So we take 1 minus the probability that there will be enough inventory to the shortage cost, okay? So probability, right? 1 minus P becomes the probability that there will be a shortage, and then we multiply it by the shortage cost, we get the expected shortage cost, right? On the other side of the equation, we get the expected excess cost, right? Excess cost, right, again, is the cost that we incurred by ordering too much, right? So we take the probability that there are enough inventory, right, or excess inventory in this case, right, and multiply that by the excess cost, and then we get the expected excess cost. We substitute the P with the SLT letter, right? So that's the service level target, right? So target service level. We solve for that, and we have the neat division, right? Shortage cost divided by shortage cost plus excess cost, okay? We get that, and that percentage becomes the target service level, okay? And then we can go ahead and calculate the target stocking point, okay? So that is how we make decisions with single period inventory systems, and you know, that's the gist of it, guys. Pretty straightforward after that, okay? Now, I also want you to pay good attention to what bullwhip effect is and how it affects the decision making within the supply chain, and inventory positioning as well. There is this dynamic between the cost and value and the position of the inventory and the flexibility as well, and how different factors affect the decision of location decision for keeping inventory. Okay, read through the rest of the chapter, and it's going to be an easy reading. Okay, especially after covering having covered the single period inventory system and target stocking point. Okay, so guys, this concludes our coverage of operations and supply chain management. I thank you all very much for a good semester. It has been a great semester. I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed teaching you guys, each and every one of you. Thank you for being good students, and I wish you all the best the world has to offer. Especially for those of you who are graduating either in December or May, congratulations. You're almost there, right? Just a little more grit, and you'll be out of there. Out of here, right? Out there now. Okay. One last remark from the slightly, slightly ahead person would be two things. First, be human, and don't be a dick. Okay? So, be nice to people. Okay? Bye. Happy reading. Good luck with your finals. Bye-bye.